Ever come across a game that's simply a flawless masterpiece, managing to captivate you thanks to its storytelling, stellar voice acting, mesmerizing music, and breathtaking graphics? In short, an epitome of beauty. Feeling so thrilled about the experience that you just had, you rush to your app store or your Play Store to see if others share your enthusiasm, only to find it severely underrated with just over 500 downloads. That's the story of my latest gaming obsession, After Image Mobile, and today, as usual, I will share my personal take on the game, discussing whether it is worth your time and money. But as always, the final verdict is yours to decide. So let's dive into the review, shall we? After Image is an action Metroidvania developed by Eragon Shanghai and published by Modus Games. It was first released for console and Windows in April 2023, making its way to mobile devices later that year. There, it didn't get the best of receptions. One can confidently say it struggled, gathering only 500 plus downloads over the course of 4 months after its release. It's around 1,000 at the moment of this video. I think the blame heavily lies on the marketing department. Personally, I do not know much about selling a game, but I can say it was on a very much hush-hush on its release. In fact, I was only able to find it because of a deep search for platformer games on TapTap. As I said, the game is a heavy RPG Metroidvania, bearing all its characteristics with heavy exploration across diverse biomes and scattered pieces of lore to help you understand the world. And believe me, you will need to understand it. The story follows a young mage apprentice, Rennie, and her small floating guardian, Ifrit, who by the way reminds me a lot of Paimon, so I think I will just refer to her as that henceforth. Paimon and Rennie are on a quest to save their master Arrows that has been semi-killed by a mysterious girl. At least that's where the storyline is at the moment of the script. The story is very interesting but not digestible early on, especially because of the convoluted, confusing word system that isn't explained to you at the onset. A lot of jargons being used early on seem like a deep fantasy novel. This isn't a bad thing though, I'm not mocking it. Hollow Knight, a very good Metroidvania, also threw me in the mix for the first couple of hours because I didn't understand what was going on while playing that beautiful game. The combat and exploration are where the game shines most, more so in combat than in exploration, with flashy animations and sparkly clashes being the norm. What I found interesting is the diversity of weapons, with each having animations and even new prompts unlocked by upgrading the talent tree. Yeah, trees are like a very important aspect of the entire game. These new move prompts are different depending on the type of weapons you are wielding and the allocated upgrade, which you can also turn off as well. There are multiple types of weapons, from swords to sinks to whips and so forth. The controls consist of a joystick, 2 attack slots for several weapons, jump, dash buttons, and the magic maker button. You also unlock new controls as you develop your perk tree or talent tree if you want to use that. The controls are very responsive and fluid, a must-have for any Metroidvania and a strong complement to the intense combat design. There may be a lot of buttons filling up your screen, but the game also offers customization, which I find pretty generous, and also allows you to go nuts and place them anywhere you want to. The game also urges you to explore a very big and downright intimidating map, rendered in incredible graphics, offering surprises and chests for the curious mind. It also offers a variety of biomes, each with their own accompanied enemy types, bringing something new to the combat and leaving you on your toes. From spider monkeys of the jungle to floating mushrooms to undead knights and archers, there are a lot of mob types. The music quality is lacking, if I may say, and doesn't really carry the game. Sometimes it even bugs out and boss fights or serious enemy clashes are left stale without any intensity to them. The reason I am particularly picky about this is because I have played Hollow Knight, and one of the key details of its immersiveness on each zone is the music. So if this was done well, the uniqueness of the zones in After Image would have been greatly intensified, though it doesn't necessarily break the immersion or anything like that. That for me would be the quick travel system, probably the major issue in the game, which uses consumables. Except you are traveling through the major save points, which are these massive trees that are found pretty scarcely in very select areas and are far apart from each other. Except you are using those, if you want to travel between smaller checkpoints that are more scattered and saturated, you will have to use consumables. Though the consumables are pretty cheap using the in-game currency and can be purchased at your local town merchant, it's still a frustrating mechanic as you can't really travel without them. So backtracking, a major mechanic in the game, is kind of less encouraged or tedious, if I may say. This leads to an inventory management practice where you have to travel to get more warp potions, and that's kind of tedious, like I said before, and downright unnecessary. Speaking of inventory, the game tilts towards a more RPG sense with craftables, weapons, armor, spells, etc., which you can upgrade using the materials found from enemy drops. In conclusion, I had a wonderful time playing the game. At the time of recording, I am already 3 hours plus into it, and I haven't had that many crashes. In fact, I haven't had crashes at all. My phone does heat up because I'm using a mid-range phone and I'm playing on Ultra now to give you that high quality graphics. And the graphic options that are given are pretty generous. I've had a blast playing it and will give it a solid 10 out of 10 astronauts. So, have you played this game? Probably on console, probably on the Xbox, probably on PC. Are you going to play it? Give me your lovely answers in the comment section. And also don't forget to tell me the next game you want me to review while checking out past videos right now on your screen. It's your host P-Doc. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. I'm out.